ever painstakingly craft the perfect post, hit share,
Yeah.
and then just like deafening silence.
Yeah.
It's like our content vanishes into the void.
It's so easy to feel like just another face in the crowd on those platforms.
And it often feels like we're battling algorithms more than actually connecting with people,
Yeah.
which is ironic because, like, isn't that the point of social media?
Right.
And that's exactly the problem that Deso is trying to solve.
Yeah.
So in this deep dive, we're going to explore Deso, this really intriguing platform.
Yeah.
It's built on blockchain, and it wants to like totally flip the script on social media.
Totally.
We've dug into research papers, articles, you name it. We got it.
Absolutely.
Ready to unpack it all.
Let's do it.
Awesome. So, what's so interesting about Deso is it's not just like, oh, let's make a slightly better Facebook or Twitter. It's really tackling this much bigger issue.
Yeah.
Which is like the fact that only a tiny handful of companies control the flow of almost all information online.
It's true. And it has huge consequences.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's something I think we all feel that frustration with.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, like, how does Deso actually change things? When I hear blockchain, honestly, like, I think Bitcoin.
Right.
Which is not exactly, scrolling through your Twitter feed.
Not typically, no. And that's a really key distinction.
Okay.
Deso is purpose-built for social media from the ground up.
Okay.
So think of it this way.
Okay.
Existing blockchains, they prioritize things like how many financial transactions they can process per second.
Which makes sense if we're talking about, like, Bitcoin.
Right.
Where it's all about, money moving around.
Exactly. Money, money, money.
Yeah, exactly.
But Deso, they're engineered for a totally different kind of scale. It's about the volume of posts, the likes, the shares, all those little interactions.
Yeah, stuff that makes social media social media.
Exactly. It's like their buzz phrase. They call it scaling posts per second.
Scaling posts per second. I like that.
Yeah.
So Deso's like, it's literally designed to handle the speed and the sheer volume of, like, how we use social media today.
Precisely. It's about creating this public content pool that's not owned by some big company.
Okay.
It's owned by everyone.
A content pool owned by everyone. Okay, so instead of me posting something on, like, Facebook servers, it's like we're all contributing to this one giant shared, like, internet library.
That's a really good way to think about it. And because all of this content is just out there accessible, it opens up some really, really interesting possibilities.
Okay.
So imagine, like, ESPN, right?
Okay.
They want to create a dedicated sports feed on Deso.
Okay.
They wouldn't need to, like, ask Mark Zuckerberg for permission,
They could just go for it.
They could just pull from this open pool of content, videos, articles, fan discussions, whatever they can imagine.
Wow.
And the best part, this isn't something that's limited to, like, these huge companies like ESPN. A local sports blog could curate their own super niche hyperlocal feed. Or a group of friends could have a feed just around, like, their fantasy league.
Right.
Like, the possibilities are almost endless because everyone has access.
So it's like we're moving from this world of, like, walled gardens to, like, I don't know, a wide open park, Everyone can come hang out.
I love that analogy.
And this all works because Deso's open source, right?
Exactly. Anyone can come in, build on top of it, create a new feature, experiment with new ways to present or curate content. It's all up for grabs.
It's amazing.
It allows a level of collaboration and innovation that we just don't see on social media right now. Like, it's just not possible.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got all this content, all these different feeds. But, like, how does anything good actually rise to the top? Part of the reason we, like, even with their flaws, rely on algorithms is because it cuts through all the noise.
Right. And that's where Deso's approach to data is really, really interesting, and how it incentivizes users is really different.
Yeah.
So right now, think about Facebook, Instagram, whatever. We create content. They collect all the data on how people are interacting with it.
Right.
And then they take that data and make money off of it.
And we like, what a cut of some ad revenue if we're lucky.
It's basically like we're all working for free.
Yeah, fueling their algorithms with our creativity for free.
Exactly.
It's kind of messed up when you think about it.
It is, and Deso changes that. Deso recognizes that data has value, so it incentivizes everyone to contribute to the health of that network.
Okay, so how do they do that?
So let's go back to our ESPN example.
Okay.
They create their sports feed, and let's say it takes off and a ton of people love it.
Okay.
They're rewarded, not with just engagement. They get tokens that have real value.
So it's not just about likes and shares. It's about contributing to, like, the entire Deso network.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just these big companies.
Yeah.
If that local sports blog curates an awesome feed, they're contributing to the network too. They're driving value and they get rewarded.
It's wild when you think about it, like really shifting who has the power in social media.
And it goes way beyond just like who controls the platform, you know.
You're gonna have to explain that.
It changes how value is created online, like literally,
Mhm.
and how it's shared. Think about it.
Right.
Right
Yeah.
now, most creators, I mean, they're just scraping by.
Yeah. Fighting for every penny of ad revenue, or trying to land those brand deals.
Exactly. It's a constant hustle, and the platforms are holding all the cards, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, with this incentive system it has, and it's all powered by their own cryptocurrency, it allows for monetization that we've never really seen before. Like, we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
This is where like all those terms I've been hearing come in, right? Like social tokens, NFTs, all that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, let's say you're a musician, right? You want to release a new album on Deso.
Okay.
Instead of like throwing it up on Spotify for fractions of a cent per stream,
Right.
they can create like a limited number of these social tokens.
Okay. So like, hold on. I need like the ELI5 version. Like
Yeah.
I buy this token. What does that get me?
So owning that token, it could give you like early access to that album, exclusive content. Maybe you get voting rights on which songs become singles.
Wow.
The artists, they've got this direct line to their biggest fans and the fans. They've got a real stake in that artist's success.
It's like its own little economy built around their music.
Exactly. And that's just one example. We could be talking about visual artists. They could release NFTs that are like limited edition digital prints. Writers could do like premium subscriptions.
Right. Right.
The possibilities are seriously endless.
Okay, so this is all like mind-blowing stuff, but like realistically, can a platform like Deso, even with all these ideas, can it compete with the giants?
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, like these are companies with billions of users.
Yeah, it's a total David versus Goliath situation for sure.
Yeah.
But remember what we were talking about earlier?
What's that?
The power of network effects.
Right. Where the more people join, the more valuable it becomes.
Exactly. If Deso keeps pulling in these creators that want a fair internet, the users, they'll follow. And then the developers, they see this open source platform, they get in on it.
It's like a snowball effect,
Totally. The more it rolls, the bigger it gets.
and the more momentum it gains.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
But it's a powerful alternative to like everything we know. It could totally reshape social media as we know it.
It really is like a totally different way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's like so much of our digital lives are controlled by these big companies.
And Deso is saying, what if we took back control? What if we owned our data and the creators, they got rewarded fairly for what they create?
It's a huge question, right? Like, what if this isn't just another, like, tech fad?
Right.
What if this is how things change for good?
That's the question, isn't it?
It really is. It's a lot to think about. And if you're as intrigued by all of this as I am, check out the show notes. We've got links to all kinds of resources so you can learn more about Domio. And until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and let's keep this conversation going.